Good morning everyone and welcome to the video lecturer part 4 on the introduction to operation research. So in the previous class we have discussed about how to formulate the linear programming problems, and in the today's class we'll discuss one more question which is a theoretical question, and from this theoretical question how to make the table and all we'll discuss today. Okay, so here is a question number 2. A firm can produce three types of a baby sweaters, say A, B and C. Three kinds of a wool are required for it, say red wool, green and blue wool. 1 unit of a type A sweater needs 2 yards of a red wool and 3 yards of a blue wool. 1 unit of a type B sweater needs 3 yards of a red wool, 2 yards of a green wool and 2 yards of a blue wool. 1 unit of a type C sweater needs 5 yards of a green wool and 4 yards of a blue wool. The firm has only a stock of 80 yards of a red wool, 100 yards of a green and 150 yards of a blue wool. It is assumed that the income obtained from each unit of a type A sweater is 30 rupees, type B sweater is 50 rupees and a type C sweater is 40 rupees. Determine how the firm should use the available material so as to maximize the total income from the finished sweaters. Formulate the above problem as LPP, that is linear programming problem. So this question is very similar to the question which we have discussed in the previous video. So here also there are a kinds of a wool are given and their requirements is given, or you can say restrictions. See, you can make the table like this. So first is the requirement of a type of a sweater in yards, because we have a three kinds of a sweaters A, B, C, and in order to make a sweater we require a wool, right? So different kinds of a wool are required, that is different colors, right? So type A sweater requires a red and blue. Type B sweater require all the colors like red, green and blue, and type C requires only blue and green. So from these colors these kinds of a or types of a sweaters are manufactured, and we have discussed the steps also, right, in the previous video. That is first step is to define the decision variable. So in the previous video we have defined how the decision variables are defined. Decision variables are those variables where those values are to be calculated, or these are the variables which are directly dependent on the profit made. So here profit is given with respect to the sweaters, right? So type A sweater profit is 30 rupees, type B sweater 50 rupees and type C sweater profit is 40 rupees. So like this is given. So definitely these types of a sweater will be the decision variables, because ultimately we need to find out how many kinds of a sweaters are to be manufactured and sold to make a profit, isn't it? So that's why sorry, we need to consider these as a decision variables. So let us define x1 as the number of units of a type A sweater, x2 type B sweater, x3 type C sweater. Next one. Next step is to formulate the objective function. How to formulate the objective function? Whether the objective function is to be maximized or minimized. How to identify that? Yeah. So here in the question the profit is mentioned, right? So here total income is nothing but a profit. So whenever the profit is mentioned, you have to maximize the objective function. So hence here we need to formulate a maximize Z. Then how to write this equation? See, listen carefully. Here x type A sweater of one quantity if you manufacture, we will get 30 rupees profit. Type B sweater for one quantity it is 50 rupees. And type C sweater one quantity profit is 40 rupees. So if we manufacture x1 number of units of a type A sweater, we will get 30 times x1. because for one quantity it is 30 rupees. For x1 quantity, 30 times x1. Similarly, 50 times x2 and 40 times x3. So these are the profits made from the type A sweater, type B sweater and type C sweater. So if you add these things, you will get a maximum profit, isn't it? That is what the objective function is. Okay. So let us add them: 30x1 plus 50x2 plus 40x3. So this will be the objective function. Next, step 3 is to formulate the other conditions. So from these conditions, how to identify the restrictions and all. See, we can use the red wool of only 80 yards. Maximum available quantity is 80 yards. You cannot use more than that. Similarly, green wool, we can use 100 yards, not more than that, because available quantity is only 100. And blue, we can use it for 150, not beyond that. So from this, how to write down the restrictions? That is here. Yards of a red wool required to make x1 units of a type A sweater is 2 times x1. See here, 2 times x1. A is nothing but the variable x1, decision variable. So 2 times x1 plus 3 times x2, or else in this way you can write 2x1 plus 3x2 is less than or is equal to 80. Correct? And here for a type A sweater, green is not required. Green color of a wool is not required. So directly 2 times x2 plus 5 times x3 is less than or is equal to 100. And finally 3 times x1, 2 times x2, 4 times x3 is less than or is equal to 150. So red, see in a simple words I will tell you, type A and type B sweater, in order to manufacture of a one quantity each, we require 5 yards of a red wool. Correct? Then if you add them for more number of quantities, we should get either is equal to 80 or less than 80, because we cannot able to use the red wool more than 80 quantities, right? Because available quantity is only 80. That is why you have to sum it up. 2x1 plus 3x2 is less than or is equal to 80, like that. So here we have 2x1 plus 3x2 is less than or is equal to 80. Please refer the previous slide of a table. Similarly, the green and blue wool constants can be written as, see, this is for green wool, you can see the previous slide. So 2 times x2 and 5 times x3. Here type A doesn't require any kind of a wool, x1 quantity of wool, hence only 2x2 plus 5x3 is less than or is equal to 100. And type the green wool requirement is 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 4x3. So green wool requirement is for all the sweaters A, B, C. That's why x1, x2, x3 all are there. And this addition should be less than or is equal to 150. So, and last one is fourth step is to make a non-negativity restrictions or non-negativity conditions. Since the number of units of a types A, B, C sweaters cannot be negative, we have to take all are greater than or is equal to 0. So at the final step, the formulation of the problem now can be written as maximize Z. First we need to write the objective function, then subject to constraints. So whatever the constraints we have written in the third step, that you have to write, and finally fourth step. So this is what the idea how to create a linear programming problem. Okay.